go when they move our body number. Well, she was like, yeah, I was waiting for your call. Why, like, why you delayed to call me? Well, so Shakara, Shakara. I had to go and try to present myself.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the voice of FX Adventure and I'm reaching you guys all the way from West Africa, Nigeria to be precise. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning out there. And if you're joining from any other part of the world, I hope you're having a nice day. Okay, this is the early morning Wednesday, 20th of August 2025, and we are currently looking at Euro USD chart. If you're joining new, you would most likely have obviously figured out why we are here. And just to give you context, in case if you've not figured it out, everything we do here is centered around financial market, forex trading as a whole. Okay, so with that said, I just wanted to have an overview of what price is doing this morning, and I made a promise that this live streaming we do it every day from Monday to Friday, and we do two sections. We have one we do in the morning, and we also have one that we do in the afternoon. In the morning section usually starts around 6:30, 7 o'clock, whereas for the afternoon section usually starts around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And sorry about that. And yeah, so today what you're looking at is the live market. We had a call yesterday. This drawing you see here was the yesterday trade we took. And for the guys that joined the live stream yesterday, I believe they were opportuned to grab some really nice entry there. That was for yesterday. So this morning what I'm aiming for is to see if we can see a good setup that we can trade on. That would pretty much be that about that this morning. And further down, one thing I would also point out that you can pick out in this video is for sure you would most likely pick out informations or general knowledge about how we look at the market, how we analyze it, pretty much. Okay, so with that said, let's quickly head on to the chart and see what price has been doing. So if you look at in the screen, generally what you see there is like I said, this is Euro USD. So we'll start with Euro USD. Okay, let's try to gain some understanding on what we think price is doing. Okay, to bounce here, 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 move this all the way down here, move this one here, okay, all the way down here. Well, still consider this to still be one move. Okay, even if we make this to be an internal structure, I still consider it to be one move. Okay, so we can keep it here for now. Okay, obviously we've been able to determine the bottom, and here obviously will be the top. Is this enough to be the top? Yeah, it's reasonably okay to be the top. Okay, so let's consider this guy here to be the top. So currently we can see that price is currently trading in that range right there, looking at you right there, which is fair enough, so this is on Euro USD. So generally you can see for sure that the simple price structure that we see here is series of lower highs and lower low, which means the market is currently in a bearish trend. This is on the 15-minute time frame, just so you know. So with that understanding, we can categorically say that if we are to make any decision on Euro USD, that would be most likely be centered around, looking for a bearish move, at least based on where price is currently trading at. Okay, but if we manage to break above that top, then maybe we can now look for buys in the market. But currently the market looks bearish compared to mm, bullish for now, at least based on what I see. Okay, on the other hand, we can also have a look at what British pound is doing. I think maybe I'll leave this drawing because this drawing was from yesterday's trade, so we can leave that for now. Then we can come here and do quite just the similar part move that we did for Euro USD just right about now. So we can do something like this. Okay, a series of bounce that we can see there, all the way down here, up, came down here. Maybe I'll take it on this one. Ideally I will take it on that one. We had a W sort of there, and we can take it all the way down there. We have an internal. I don't know if we'll consider this to be an internal, I don't know, but yeah, it's still based on one move. So from what I see here is the bottom, and here is obviously the top. Okay, so just like what we saw in Euro USD, still similar price action going on here. We can see that we are in a bearish swing range here. So for me, it's still bearish. So we can look for either a price continuation for a sell towards that bottom, or if price manages to trade above that top, then maybe we can now look for buys. We can also drive this further down. This one here on you're looking at is Aussie dollar USD. Okay, so I'm going to remove the drawings I have here, and also quite similar to what we did for the other two, we'll do for this one also, and that would be most likely we can start from here. Maybe here might be far, but we can start from here. We have all this move all the way down here. Not much of a major pullback around about that there. So here we can see a couple of swings coming in here. Okay, then we have it here. Currently you can see prices, where price is trading at. So for me, still similar structure with what we saw in the other guys. So here will be the top, and here will be the bottom. So you can see for sure that price is currently ranging in the bearish structure that it has been dropping since yesterday, come this morning. And that's that for Aussie dollar. For New Zealand, is an obvious bearish move. That's, I think, compared to the other major pairs we've had a look at, I think New Zealand dollar is the most sold, is the most bearish, based on what you can see. We can still draw out some of those patterns here, but I think this one is so obvious that we don't really need it that much. Okay, it's so obvious that we don't even need it that much on this one. So yeah, you can see it's pretty much a bearish move, and you can see that the market is ranging here, so no level is broken yet. So if I should leave this here, obviously I would say the top of this move is still here. So the market is in serious bearish trend for New Zealand dollar UXD. For the guys that took the trade yesterday, it was an interesting one. It was an interesting one, and it was a win for us, which was good. And okay, we are seeing some buys coming in, so I think they are trying to see if they can take out that high. All right. Although for me, I would want to sell. I would want to continue selling this market. Let me see if there is even liquidity remaining for price to still sell into. Okay, you see where currently price is at. So we have price dropped a low. From that our bottom, you can see that this is where price is at. Okay, which is fair enough. Maybe we can get a reversal from there. There is also point to see that there we have a liquidity line at that low. So depending on what price wants to do, that would greatly help us to make a decision on what we would want to do. All right, so but for me, I'm going to pay attention to the market structure that we see here, and based on how price will develop here, then we will determine if we are going to short the market, back down, at least back to that bottom before any other price decision that price would want to make. Another thing I would want to know is how many swings move have we experienced right now. So if we should bring this, consider this to be, I'm trying to see if I can get yeah, the swing here. So yeah, we have a low here. This low market swing. Then later market broke out of it here, gave me more confirmation there. We have that reversal, that pullback here before the market sold up. So from here is where I would say we had a trend change. Okay, we consider this the first leg in. All right, first leg in pullback. So first move, second move, third move. Okay, I think we had a decent 3 moves here, but let's not try to predict the market. Rather, we should react to what the market is doing. So instead of us boxing ourselves in what we expect, I would rather be more open to see what price does here. So if we, from what the price has been doing, we had a very nice pull up here, or pullback as the case may be. a little bit of range going on there. Now we can see market price is trying to trade out of that range, which is fair enough. All right, which is fair enough. So, but what I'll be aiming for right now is to see if price is going to trade back down. Um, Bakason buy. Okay, Bakason feels like we should buy. Okay, well, currently we are still taking our time to pretty much have an understanding, so we just don't rush into it. Bakason, if that's what you mean by buy, we are yet to determine what direction we should go. But if we are judging from the current trend, like I pointed out, it's in a bearish move because of the price structure that the market has been, trading on up till now. And for me, in my own opinion, based on what I see here, I don't think price has already broken out from the level where we would consider the market to now be in the position where we would want to buy. So for me, I would say that you can, if you want to buy, I would recommend you wait for that top level there. You see that top drawing there, that top line needs to be taken out. We need price to trade above it and close above it. It's not just for price to swipe it and come back down. No, we need price to go and break above it and close above it. All right, that's the only time we would consider to buy. On the other hand, if I see a rejection from that top, so let's see if price is doing this. Okay, now you see price is trading somewhere around there. So if we see a rejection from here, maybe something like this, internal structure, right? What I'm referring to now is the internal structure, not necessarily the external structure. If we pay attention and see a reversal forming on the internal structure for a continuation on a sell, that is what I would be most likely would want to trade on. And as you can see, there are rejections coming in right about now. So what we can do is we will wait and see how price is going to react once it reaches this our 21 EMA line that is right there looking at you. Another thing we are going to look at is DXY, which I believe if you joined the stream yesterday, that will not be our new news. Bakason, and the stop loss will be low and wait for another candle. Watch 30 minutes. Okay, thank you, Bakason. I really appreciate the fact that you are making the here quite interactive. I really love that. I like the fact that you're very active on that. So yeah, we are going to look at the 30 minutes time frame on that for you. All right, but before we do that, I just want us to have a look on what DXY is doing so that we can pretty much understand what dollar is doing. Remember, guys, it's necessary that we understand what dollar is doing so that way we can align ourselves properly to what price is doing generally. Okay, so let's see if we can get a pattern on what dollar has been doing for up till now. Okay, so I'm going to bring back all these drawings. Okay, and all this part drawing you see here was from yesterday. So I'm going to delete them. Okay, I don't need them for now. We have a couple of drawings here also, so I'll remove this and I'll draw out a fresh one. Okay, so we'll start from this point where we saw a reversal. You can see we have this trend here. Price came down, then we swipe up. We have some pullback here, up, maybe a slight pullback here, not necessarily enough. I won't consider here to be a pullback. I won't consider here to be a pullback. Maybe a slight here, but I'll still not consider this to be one. And all the way there. Wow, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. For me, as you guys can see, I still do think that DXY is still bullish, which means that the bearish bias that we have on the measure pairs are still somewhat valid. Okay, so for me, this will be my top for DXY. I might be right, I might be wrong, considering the fact that DXY's move is quite there is not much pullback while it was going on that bullish move there. So here will be my bottom. I'm trying to see where I would consider here to be the bottom. Okay, I'll keep this here. So why I don't recommend, you see all these tiny pullback you see here, why I don't count them as pullbacks necessarily is because if you pay close attention, the red candles that came in while you see the move going around that place is considerably traded in between the green candles. So that's why I don't really count them as pullback. So I count this thing as one, the trend that is still being worked on. So for me, like I said, on DXY, I'll be looking for a reversal to trade the market back at the top. I remember what I told you guys. If you have an understanding of DXY and what DXY is doing, then you just go and look for the opposite of that in the measure pairs. So if we consider DXY to be bullish, then what we would be looking out for here is a bearish move, at least for on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so we are back on the Euro USD chart now, and you can see just right about when markets approach that top, you can see some level of rejection coming right into the market, and that's fair enough, and that's quite understandable. And the only thing we need now is to see if price can break below that EMA line. Then maybe we can look for an entry if we want to take that trade. For Bakason gave a very nice idea. So let's have a look at the 30 minutes. But Bakason, if you can throw more light on what pair you would want us to look at on the 30 minutes. I believe you're referring to. Okay, there are a couple of things. Bakason is still dropping here. So let's see. Watch the daily time frame. Watch 1 day time frame and find fair value gap, and after that watch 1 hour market go to make support, resistance in 15 minutes. Okay, so your general idea this morning is for a buy for, is it Euro USD, or do you have any major pair that you're referring to? It would be nice to see. It would be nice to know what pair you are referring to, but I believe the pair you're referring to should be Euro USD. So, but it would be nice if you can confirm what pair are you referring to. On the other hand, if you're joining us live, please, the only way you can help us to build this community and also help us to reach out to other people that might want to engage in content like this is to like the video and share with your friends, and family, lovers, ex, anybody that you pretty much think that would want to engage in content like this. Okay, so that's the best thing you can do for us. Okay, you're watching gold. Okay, that's fair. Maybe we can have an overview on gold, but yeah, I can see you've confirmed that you're referring to Euro USD. Okay, so well, yeah, what you said is valid, Bakason. I really appreciate that. and we would look at the 30 minutes, and also maybe we can also look at the 1 hour, then also on the daily time frame. We'll do all of that here this morning. But before we continue, I would urge us to like the video. That's the least you guys can do. And if you've not subscribed, you can also subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We do this live streaming every day. We have one in the morning section. We also have, oh, look at that sell off. We have one in the morning section, and we also have one in the afternoon section. And everything happens here on FX Adventure. So I would highly recommend you subscribe so that you don't miss out on times when we go on live streaming like this. And on the other hand, I would also want to point out that we have Discord channel. So if you want to join the Discord channel, uh, you can also let me know. I'll drop you the link on the chat so that you can pretty much join the Discord channel. And the advantages of joining the Discord channel is basically centered around okay, do you guys see what's going on? I think there is a news that came in. Now we see British pound kind of dropping green candle, whereas the euro is dropping the opposite. This is quite strange, very strange. Now let's see how that reacts to on DXY. So we know the actual one we should pay attention to. So I think we should pay attention to the Euro USD. Remember what I told you guys, if we see a good reversal, we will be going for a buy. At least we will be going for a buy to reach that top. And on the Euro USD, remember I told you guys, if we reach that top, we'll be going for a sell to take out that bottom. But right about now, I think the market is moving so fast that we weren't able to get an entry. And you can see pretty much the sell is almost down to that bottom. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So it means we missed out on this trade only on one condition, and the condition being the fact that the market moved with so much volume that we weren't able to get an entry. We weren't able to get an entry. But let's see. Let's see what will happen. Let's see if we can get a pullback and maybe a continuation. I don't know, but it's crazy, man. We didn't have enough time to get an entry on that. We didn't have enough time to get an entry on that. On the other side, British pound is doing something quite different. I still think that British pound would eventually sell off. It will still want to British pound will still want to align itself to the general market trend. And in as much as we saw that spike, you can see that the market is still trading in the range, and the current trend is still bearish in my opinion. The trend will only change if we have a break above the top, and the candle should close above it, not necessarily just break and come back in. They need to break it and close above it. All right, so that's that about that this morning. So for me, I don't know if I'll recommend if we should still go for a sell, because considering the fact that the market just used one candle to pretty much um, take out all the level we are aiming for. Because remember, the plan was that if we see price trade towards that top and give us a reversal candle, then we can enter. But you can see that the candle that they dropped here is just a very huge bearish candle, and that has pretty much covered all the distance we would have considered to be our profit area. But that's by the way. So I promised back a song that we'll look at the 30 minutes. So would look at the 30 minutes, but I wouldn't want to use this chart. So in order to not to use this chart and still maintain the drawing we'll have here, I would open another chart, but still on Euro USD, and we'll take that one. So let's take Owando. All right, let's use the Owando chart. So here you can see it's the same chart, nothing changes. It's just a different broker's chart is this, but it's still on trading view. So we can go over to the 30 minutes, okay? Let's see Bakason's 30 minutes, and let's see what's our own. I'm going to remove some drawings here. We have like 35 of them actually. So what do we see here? What do we make out from this price here? Mm, okay, maybe I have to go through Bakason's chart again to gain context. Yeah. I know. I think the market will. Oh, okay. You say you don't use Discord, Bakason. Oh, I see. But it's fair enough. Here is okay. If you don't have Discord, it's still okay. It's still okay. It's fair enough. The only thing means that you just have to subscribe, then turn on the notifications, because whenever we do live streaming like this, I first of all notify the guys on Discord before we join the live streaming. So in order not for you to miss out on the notifications, the only thing you can do is to subscribe, then turn on the notification so that whenever the live stream comes up, you will be notified, or even if you're not notified, you will see it on your feed that the live stream is on, so you can always join. But yeah, I appreciate your activeness, and the fact that you are actually asking questions. All right, so I really appreciate that. So well, yeah, I think like Bakason still says, I think I'm aligning myself with his own thoughts also. um I'm of the opinion to short the market this morning. Let me go back to where we have the drawings, okay? I'm of the opinion to short the market also this morning, but the only thing that I have against it, slightly against it, is the fact that it moves so fast that I'm not able to enter on time. Okay, but let's see if we can get a pullback and jump on it. Okay, give me a minute, guys. I want to open up my XNS. Sorry about that. I just want to open my XNS, and I don't want to show some details that I don't want you guys to see. So yeah, that's why I have to blind you guys just a little bit. Apologies, guys. Apologies, guys. So let me just block this, and yes, okay. So now I've I've closed my price balance. So that's my XNS you guys are looking at there, and so yes, we have less than a minute to go, or rather less than 2 minutes to go for this particular candle to completely print. And remember, we are still on the 15-minute time frame. Let's have a peep on what British pound is doing. Okay, now conflicts. This morning's trading session is quite interesting. So there is a couple of conflicts going on here. Now we can see two major pairs doing two different things. And funny enough, I made mention of yesterday. I made mention that there are times when major pairs might not necessarily move in sync, and now we are experiencing that. So you see that DXY is actually pumping, and at the same time British pound is also pumping alongside that. It's rare. Things like this don't usually happen. It's very rare. Okay. But yeah, you can see it happens. And I gave an example of this yesterday. And just like I did yesterday, today, Price decided to do. give us that. So for you guys have seen it. So it's not all about having the measure pair moving together, hand in hand. You can see British pound sometimes can be stubborn. If for the guys that are in my Discord channel, they will bear witness that I say it yesterday. British pound can be stubborn. They can be really, really stubborn. Sometimes British pounds has a mind of its own. All right, British pound likes to stand out. It likes to do its own thing, but it's rare. Trust me, this thing you're seeing here is rare because the whole essence is that how currency correlation works is that if dollar is going up, it is understandable that other guys should go down because remember that's why they call it British pound USD. All right, that's why they say Euro USD. It's more of like Euro versus USD, British pound versus USD, Australian dollar versus USD. So that's what it means. So it only makes sense that if dollar is going up, you expect those guys to go down. Then if dollar is going down, you expect those guys to go up. But in a situation whereby you can see that dollar is actually going up, on the other side, British pound is going up. Regardless, and I think British pound is now in a bullish move. All right, so if you want to take a bullish a British pound entry now, I would recommend you to take a long. All right, and the reason is none other than the fact that remember how we got about that top, remember how we got about the bottom, but you can see now that the market has already taken out that top and closed above it. All right, on the other side, we can see an interesting sell here happening on Euro USD. And I think Australian dollar is also aligning itself on that sell bias because you can see it's currently trading in the range that we have, and you can see some red candle coming in around there. If you compare that to also New Zealand dollar, well, New Zealand dollar won't be doing much this morning, which is understandable because if you consider this expansion move here, the next thing we should expect them to do is to accumulate, and you can see the accumulation going on there. So I don't expect New Zealand dollar to do much this morning. All right, so for me, where my focus will be more on Euro USD. I would be more interested to see what price does while I'm paying attention to what DXY is doing. I would also use that to correlate to what I expect from Euro USD. So let's assume we are taking a sell on Euro USD. What we'll be looking at is a move like this. Okay, remember what I do? We'll just get the high. All right, we'll move it to the swing there. So if we move it to the swing there, that means we'll be looking for a move that looks more like this. Okay, we'll be looking for an entry that looks like this on Euro USD. Okay, so this is an ideal setup if you want or to be a little bit on if you want to get a more juicy entry, then maybe you can use that other block lying above there, which is the last green candle we see there. Then we can also move it all the way down. Remember, we are looking for 2 to 1, and that will be around there. Okay, so for me, what do I do now? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I think we can take this entry. I think we should. I don't think I have any reason not to take this entry right about now. What's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is we get wrecked. All right. The worst case scenario is it will hit our stop loss, and that's it. So yeah, so I'm going to get the drawings out and I'm going to take this trade, and if I get a loss, we'll take it, and yeah, that's that about that. Okay, so here, mark this out here. Okay, no, maybe you guys may be wondering why I'm drawing out those levels. I'm drawing them out because of the slippage, so I take into consideration of the slippage. Okay, I like to aim to 1 to 2 ratio will be around there. Okay, if I'm going with the approach of this, because there are so many ways to kill a bird. Okay, if we go with this approach, then we would have an entry that looks like this. I would also take into consideration of the slippage on this one. Okay, there's nothing to feel, there's no need for us to feel like we missed out on this, because the market has not yet pulled into the zone where we want it to be. But you can see the rejection is coming in, and I don't know if we will still get the pullback. But let me see what British pound is doing. British pound is still doing its own thing. So for me, I'm not going to trade British pound this morning, just because of the fact that I think British pound is the only guy that is behaving differently. Every other major pairs are still in sync, and yeah. So if we also compare that to what DXY is doing, you can see for sure that DXY also is trying to buy, in as much as we are seeing some rejection coming in there. But the general outlook for me is still a buy, and yeah. But the only issue now is we are not getting the pullback we want. Maybe there was a pullback, but it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough for me. I would want the market to pull into those two areas that you can see on the chart. Those two drawings you see on the chart. So the first bigger entry will be this one, and the smaller entry will be this one. And of course we'll be aiming for a 2-to-1. So if we enter this trade, the 2-to-1 will keep you right about around there. If we have a pullback on this one, the 2-to-1 will be right around there. So that's that about that. Let's look at let's pay attention to how the market is reacting here. Okay, so the only issue here is the pullback that we are waiting for. Let's see if we can get that pullback. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw out the important levels, put in the price and all of that, so that we can now pretty much wait and see how market is going to react from that level. Yeah, Bakason, I'm waiting. I appreciate that. I am currently waiting. Okay, so like I said, guys, if you're joining live, remember to subscribe, turn on the notification, and please give us a like on this video so that this live stream can be suggested to other guys that will be interested in joining us. Okay, and yeah, we are going to spend a little bit more time here. I would have wanted us to have an entry so that we can pretty much go do other things for today, but you guys can see that we are yet to get the pullback we want. We have like 5 minutes remaining for that particular candle to completely close, and yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Bakason, what do you think about? You made mention you're looking at gold. So what do you think about gold? What's your opinion around gold? Maybe we can have a look on gold. Let's have a look on gold. Let's see what gold is doing on the 15 minute. XAU USD. Okay. For the guys that joined my live stream, I can see a W. I'll let you guys show me the W on gold. The W pattern or the M pattern, depending on how, where, and how price is reacting with it. Hmm. This was where the trend changed. So yeah, XAE is in a bullish move. XAE is bullish. At least what I can see is this is the low. Okay, we had a high here. We had the top here, but you can see that that top is already taken out. So this is the bottom here. Okay. This is the bottom here on gold. So if I'm to trade gold, what I'll be expecting this morning is maybe I'll pull up my fib. If I pull up my fib, I'll be tracing that, or I'll be trailing it rather. I'll be trailing that with how the market has been developing. So if we should start getting a pullback towards that 50% area, that is exactly where I would want to start engaging, around that 50% area there. Anything around here, 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 and here. Anything around those levels are good levels to buy. And here also. Okay. Of course, the stop loss will be at that swing low that started that push. Same thing is going to happen here. And of course, you aim for a 2 to 1 for all your entries. For me, that's the best risk to reward ratio. You can go beyond, but for me, 2 to 1 is okay for me. All right. If once I get a 2 to 1 ratio, I can, you know, take my TP, or at least start trailing stop loss to take my TP. So these are what I'm looking for on gold. So if we get a pullback into those zones, okay, here is the 50%, here is 60%, here is the 70% zone. So depending on the price level you get, you enter. Then another thing I want to point out, we have a gap here. So remember what I tell you guys, price always go for gaps or liquidities. All right, so we have a gap there. So that means if you enter here, maybe you can put your TP all the way to that gap. Okay, here also is already in the gap. Here you can see this one is already in the gap. So I think this is a fair position to anticipate for on gold. Okay, and this is my own opinion. Nothing is casted on concrete. I would also say that, and this is not financial advice, so you know that also. We are waiting for a pullback on Euro USD. Currently, we are yet to see the pullback we want. Let's even look at it to see if we missed out on anything. So if I overlay this, you can see that the price did not pull into the area where we want it to. So I'm still hopeful that maybe we can get a pullback and still get a rejection on that. So that's exactly what I want. Price to pull back, then we can continue selling it off. For me to do that, I think it's high time I place my entry so that I can pretty much head on to do other things for the day. All right, so if you've not subscribed, please remember to subscribe. And if you've not liked the video, please remember to like the video. If you That's only if you love what we do here. If you don't like it, it's still fine and good. So the stop loss in pips is 11.9. Okay, stop loss pips is 11.9. The entry level will be at here, pending entry. 11.9. How much do I have in my XNS? Let me do my position size calculation. Everybody that is joining my live stream would know that, of course, we do position size calculation here. We don't open trade blindly. We are accountable for any price that we are risking for. So that's why we use position size calculation. My network is a little bit shitty this morning, and I hope it's not affecting my live stream. A global FX Hunter, hello, how you doing? Welcome. So global FX Hunter, you're welcome in the building. I'm coming. I'm actually trying to open my XNS on my mobile, so I can get my price level, but for some reason it's not opening. But to hell with it, I'm going to go ahead and do my position size calculation regardless, because there is no time to waste. The pullback is coming in, so let's go get that calculation right. I'll add the stop loss also. The pullback is coming in, guys. 11.9. So where is my position size? I think I have 135 divided by 5. That's like 27. I'll make it 25. Okay, I'll make it 25. And alright, I make it 27. The stop loss is 11.9. Okay, and we'll click on this. This gives us the standard lot size. We'll pick that for our volume. We'll go for a sell here, a pending sell. We add our volume that we calculated for. Okay, we'll come here, we'll pick the pending price. Okay, we'll pick the pending price, we add it in our price. Then remember, the stop loss is as important as anything you're doing, so we'll pick the stop loss also. I'm trying to get the stop loss, and so for some reason, okay, yeah. I'll add the stop loss, and I'll open the sell there. Invalid price. Where am I? Why is it saying invalid price? Oh, okay, because the price is already trading above it. Interesting. So what we can do is, you can do your position size calculation. So I will just open a market order then, because I think price is currently trading above where we want it to be. So I'll just add this here and I'll sell from there. Okay. Okay, I'm in the sell. It's scary. Okay, so my stop loss is at the top there. Let's see if we are going. It's very important that they reject that price level now. So I'm going to get you guys the price for the stop loss actually before price reaches there. The stop loss is lying above there. This buyback is looking quite voluminous. Hopefully we get the rejection that we need. And yeah, so I picked the bigger entry here. We have a smaller guy here also. Maybe we can also anticipate for price to also pull into that zone and also get the sell-off. All right, but I went for the bigger price entry, so I went for this one. But you can also go for this one, but you can see that all of them share the same stop loss, so it's as important to make sure that all of them have the same stop loss, because remember, the price level that we are hoping for price to not violate is that top there. We don't want price to violate that top there. See the top that we have there, okay? And if you're wondering how we came about that, everything we did it on the live stream. So what you can do is, maybe after this live stream you can go rewind the video and watch on what we previously did that brought about that. Okay, so currently we are selling this market. Do I have my stop loss just to be sure? Yeah, my stop loss is in place. As you guys can see, if this is going to be a losing trade, I'll be losing $26 on this, which is fair. And yeah, based on my own calculation and all, I think that's okay for me. But it's very important that you know that you need to do all of this calculation, like your position size calculation. It helps you to know what you are risking per trade and everything. You see where you add your balance, your the risk you want to risk. Of course, I want to risk 100%, and you add the stop loss pips. And for the stop loss pips is basically the number of pip in your stop loss area, basically. Okay. With this, I think okay, I can just add my TP and I'll call it a morning, because I have other engagements actually. I love being here, but at the same time, I'm a working class man. So yeah, so I need to do some work this morning. But what I can do is, I'm going to set up everything and I'll leave the market alone. If the market stops me out, it's fine and good. If it goes to my TP, that's exactly what we want. So yeah, that's that about that. Let's see what DXY is doing, because now this buy is looking more pressury. Okay, so now you can see the pullback also reached the smaller entry, which is okay. So that means the big entry got triggered, the small entry also got triggered. Then what we want now is for market to sell off completely. We need them to start trading down now. If they don't trade down, it's fair. We will count our loss and move on. We'll count our loss and move on. All right, so I think this chart is becoming mercy, so I'm going to delete a couple of things. To make it a little bit neat and clean. I don't like my charts to be so dirty. I've not added the TP price. I thought I picked it now. So for the bigger entry, what's up with my mouse? For the bigger entry, the TP you'll be aiming for is this price level here. For the bigger entry, that's the price level you should be looking at. Then for the smaller entry, obviously you can see the level there. You can just aim for a 2-to-1 depending on the on any entry you want to take. And mind you, This is not financial advice. If anything we are doing here is just for entertainment purpose, okay? It's just for entertainment. I'm not in any position to tell you what to use your money to do, okay? It's your money, it's your cash. You can use your money to do whatever you want to do. That's decision is up to you.
Okay, good. I know those you want to try me because fall down. Hey, oh, okay.
So now I'm going to remove this top, not for anything, but I'll just remove it so the chart is clean. So I'm going to just remove it. This bottom also, I'm going to remove it. I'll keep them here for now. So we are in this trade. You can see the pullback came in, it picked the bigger entry and also picked the smaller entry. Right about now, maybe I'm regretting why I did not go for the smaller entry, but it's still okay. But you can see it picked the small entry, picked the bigger entry. The only thing we hope for now is for price to sell off. If price doesn't sell off, then there is only one thing to do. We would allow our stop loss to do the work. Remember, stop losses are non-negotiable for me. All right, there are people that trade without stop loss. That's their own strategy. It's fair. Everybody has what works for them. But for me, my stop loss is as important as anything. My stop loss is more important than my entry. All right, because my stop loss is what is actually allowing me um, to know what I'm risking at every point in time. Remember, we did a position calculation using the stop loss pips, okay? So it's very important you understand that. So the stop loss pips is what we used in getting the lot size we are using. And yeah, for the guys that were in this stream earlier, you would see at what point I did those calculation and at what point I added them, okay? Another thing I'm seeing here, which might be an issue, is maybe this might be a double bottom here. There's high chances that they might want to drop a double bottom here and reverse the market. Well, that's not our problem anymore, okay? The thing that we did was to see an entry, we took it. So what the market does at this point is none of our business, to be honest. We can't control the behavior of the market. uh, we can't. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. It's good to see that you guys are actually in line with my expectations, so I appreciate that. So the fact that you guys are of the same um, bias and opinion, it means we are in sync. So yeah, for me, let's see how this sell is going to work out. So with that said, guys, I think you have all the details you need. If you would want to take this trade with me, these are all the details you would need. The stop loss is there, the entry price is there, the TP also are there. So if you are joining live, like I said, I have a Discord channel. If you want to join it, let me know in the chat section, so I will send you the link to the Discord channel. I'll also be screenshotting this entry and I'll be pasting it on the Discord channel. So that's the essence why you should try to join the Discord channel. Then if you're joining us for the first time, what I would highly recommend is for you to subscribe, turn on the notification. That way you don't miss out on live stream like this. And like I said, we do this live streaming every weekday from Monday to Friday, every weekday. We have the morning section, we have the afternoon section. The London section is usually the morning section, then the afternoon section is usually the New York section. So with that said, I'll be closing the stream, and so that I can do other works. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm in this trade. I'm not giving you anything that I'm not taking. I'm in this trade currently, and yeah, let's see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. That's all I can say. So with that, I would say I hope you guys do have a wonderful day. I would see you guys 12:30 is the afternoon section, so expect the live streaming again today. Around 12:30 we'll be coming back again to look at the New York session and see what we can trade out of it, and also how we can also share knowledge. I want to do a special shout out to Bakason and everybody that has joined the streaming this morning. And like I said, like the video, subscribe if you've not done that. So that's the only way you can get on with the community here, and also pay us back for spending time to be here. Although I love being here, and that's why I tend to be here regardless that I have work to do, but I need to be here, and I do not regret being here. Okay. With that said, let's have a look on DXY before we go. Oh, DXY is not looking healthy anymore. I think this market is going to buy eventually. DXY is not looking healthy anymore. We have a gap here. Will this gap do anything? I don't think so. This gap is already violated. Market is currently trading below 8, which is not good. But regardless of whatever DXY does, I'm of the same opinion that it's still bullish, or at least before they take out that bottom there. But the only thing now is that maybe we might get wrecked before before DXY continue buying. But that's by the way. But yeah, like I said, whatever the market does is not is beyond our control. So what we can control is our entry, we can control our stop loss, we can control our TP, we can control our position size, we can control how much we risk, but we cannot control how market behaves. Okay, so with that said, I hope I'll see you guys in the afternoon section. For now, I'll be closing the stream so that I can do my daily job. Can we still enter? Yeah, you can enter if you want to. I'm already in the trade. Why be fair? This is for you. You can still enter if you want to. It's not financial advice, although I would recommend if you don't enter, maybe you can sit on the side and watch. Because right now, where the market is not in a good position for us. But price can do anything. Price can decide to reverse from here now, and we'll still see the sell-off. Price on the other side can decide not to sell off and start going up. So I'll leave that decision for you to make. But yeah, are you asking if I'm in this trade? Yes, I am in this trade. And if you are wondering, look at it here. I am in this trade. So the only shortcome I would want to point out before you make that decision is that there is high chances that they might do a double bottom here and continue buying this market. But I am not hoping that that should be the case. I looked at DXY. DXY was looking healthy some minutes ago, but now it's not looking healthy anymore. You can see the fact that we had that push, that bullish push here, but immediately we saw something that looks like, I won't call it an indecision candle, but you can see the next candle pretty much traded in that range, and now we had a follow-up red candle that is plunging us right back down here. But this is just price doing its thing. You know how price does. It tends not to move one way. So that's price doing its thing. But yeah, I'll leave that decision for you to make. So if you want to enter, I think this is a good place to enter, because you can see price is actually in the smaller entry space. With what the entry I took is on the bigger part, is on the bigger drawing. But you can see the smaller drawing price is currently in it. So I think this is where you can even get a more fair value. So if you enter here, you would most likely get your risk to reward on time. That is if you use the stop loss in pips to do your position size calculation, which is 8.5. This one here is 11.9. All right, so I will still paste this on the Discord channel for all the guys that are in my Discord channel. So I'll write this one out again. Stop loss pips is 11.9 for this one, and for the smaller one, the stop loss pips is for the smaller one close pips is, I think it's 8 point something. I think it's 8.9 or so. I think it's 8.9. Let me confirm. Okay, it's actually 8.5, but yeah, you can use 8.9 still. It's nothing. It's nothing. Why is that text not coming out? Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm going to paste the screenshot of this on the Discord for the guys that are in my Discord channel. I will remove these two drawings here. So this is what I anticipate this morning. Hopefully it's going to work out. If it doesn't work out, this is not the first time I'm taking a loss. Losses are constant in trading. Any trader knows that, and it's extremely important that you know that, so you get yourself prepared for it. So with this, guys, I need to really start going because I have a lot on my table this morning. That is outside trading though. I'm screenshotting right now. I'll paste it on the Discord channel. And like I said, if you want to join the Discord channel, let me know. I'll send you the link. And I like this Bakason. Bakason, I'm quite sad that you don't have Discord. I think you'll be fun to have in our community because you're very active. Yeah, you know. Yeah, but if it's going to pull down, let it pull down. I'm quite interested on the 15 minutes compared to the 1 minute. But yeah, I still get your point. I still get your point. It's still valid. So whatever reversal they want to do needs to start from the 1 minute, then it will trickle down to other time frames. But it's fair enough. But for me, I like to have the mindset. I like whenever I enter a trade, I assume that trade to be a loss. So I prep my mind for that. I prep my mind for the loss. So that's that about me. Okay? Yeah, so that's the for me, that's the only way I can condition my mind so that I don't feel bad when the loss actually happens. So if I before I enter a trade, I assume it to be a loss, and that's why I do my position size calculation. I'm risking, and if I'm comfortable with that, then I'm good to go. All right. Yeah. So that's that about that. So yeah, so I think that's that. So like before I bounce out again, I'll say if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Bakason, I expect you to subscribe. I would want to see you in the afternoon section, so please set your time. Yeah, yeah, confirm. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. What you are saying is actually correct. All right. So especially you start from the bigger time frame, then you analyze down to the smaller time frame. It helps you to get a holistic understanding of what price is doing. So, but yeah, I love being here, but guys, it's quite unfortunate I have to go. It's quite unfortunate I have to go, but I'll see you guys back again on the afternoon section. All right, Bakason, I would expect you to subscribe. I expect you to download a Discord app, and I'll send you the link to join Discord. I like your vibe. I like your vibes. For every other guys that have joined this morning, Wine Bife, Global FX Hunter, you guys rock. You guys are the reason we do this live stream. And when I know that there are people that are actually engaging, it's encouraging for me to keep on doing more. All right. So I really appreciate you guys for joining the morning section. Hopefully, the trade. Oh, thank you very much. I love that, Bakason. For the guys that joined this trade with me, let's keep our fingers crossed. Like Bakason says, Bakason is giving us assurance that it's going to sell off. That would be nice. We want it to sell off. It would be nice to see another win this morning. We saw a win yesterday for the guys that joined the live streaming for yesterday. Hopefully, we'll see a win this morning, and hopefully, would also see wins on the afternoon. I'll see you guys in the afternoon section. Bye bye for now.